Oh, I'm at the Exclusion exhibit, and this is donated from New York version of the Historical Society of Chinatown. So, yeah.
Yes, we did. Yeah,
This is going to be brief. It's very. I have to keep my voice down as soon as I can, cause yeah. So pause if I'm going too fast because I'm just trying to get through as much as I can and try to do everything I can to just. But this is basically what like the Empress of China going from New York to Canton, and it used to be you had to go around South America before the Panama Canal construction. So back then was a lot different than what we had now. And they're doing this trade with China for years, and they China did has Portugal traders, much like in Japan, but it's they how do you say this? It's much of the content that you see right here might not be like it will get censored to hell in China, and they'll try. And this is the cups. You already know that. And this, what I believe it's. Yeah, it says here it's pottery and it's I can't really. Yeah, unfortunately, can't really do that. You can't really have photography right here. So, and what an impressive artwork, I would say. That's if it would make sense if the no photo policy. It would make sense if it was crowded, but it's rather quiet. So I can see why. And this is right here. It's a Cuddy Stark.
we have it out here.
They just had some little niche of information about it, and this is a model of what it looked like. This is a model of this Cuddy Stark, and I'm trying to get through. And this is a fast crabs, or the scrambler dragons, as they would call it. Yeah, Chinese folks never seen this books at the time we saw it, and this, I think it might be one of the sources why there's a Bassa rebellion. Don't know why. Does someone calling my name? 'Cause this is Guangzhou. That's where my family mostly came from. I don't want to. Again, there were. It's bright, but man, I know these people before. And this right here is. They have this impressive continental world, and they had this touchpad that you can just select a certain character. Like, for example, I'd select Henry George, and then I'll put yeah. So I'm not gonna go over Frederick Douglass. I remember he he was he was against this type of racial issues that I can see why people don't want to. This is traditional. This is I think they. I don't know if you could tell, but this is. But again, I'm gonna go over a little bit, just a little certain bits of information. There's traditional, there's simplified, and there's English. So there's that. Again, same here. Again, if you're going to touch the portraits, feel free, but I'm just giving you some examples. And this one, this is one of those mystery people that you don't know what happened after the debate. They had this Chinese question debate, and yes, there are conflicts. So yeah, this is like they do this at the time period, and these are this is earlier migrants. Again, I mean, lots of people that migrated before. Oh, yeah, this is one of the books. This is one that's shown earlier in the books, but a lot of old stuff here. And you know what? This stuff is like been there for ages. It's funny that there are railroad workers who risk their lives trying to build something that changes the way America works. And they were working with Irish workers and a lot of them, but they just got thrown out. I think they got blamed for no reason. Oh, this right here is they had this repealed in 1943, which it took that long, but that was before. Like there, like Chinese immigrants are just flooding, and a lot of people don't like it, so they like abandon them. Oh, this is one of the examples they don't want. Like you press this button and look at it, and
I never knew that rats and puppies were good to eat until I was told by American people.
so this is a list. I'm gonna go over. I know, but flag this if you don't want it. I'll just put it in private, so no one would. I don't want to deal with it. They have these ridiculous laws that say, "Oh, you can't do this." The Senate chamber, they have this. Yeah. So they had this wall replica built. Look at this. I never seen this before. This place was built, I don't know how many years. It was at the height of Great Depression when the architect just designed. The architect designed it as a YMCA, except it was women's, so it was young women's CA for Chinese women immigrants in America. Yeah, so I can't. Yeah, I love this. Yeah. This stuff will get censored in China, but see, and there were like angry mobs, and 28 people lost their lives because they don't think, oh, this is, yes. This is, I think it was Minister Wu and Teddy Roosevelt. And Teddy Roosevelt was for the extension of the Exclusion Act. And different times, man. This right here is interesting. I think it was the day that there was a Boxer rebellion. That happened a long time ago. There's one that they've been you pull this lever and wow, those times are way different than we had today. Okay, so they like the content, that's fine. You don't have to, but the rules that you cannot have food and drinks. But this is the content that not a lot of people were talking about it. For example, you cannot just record the events of what you did. I mean, what kind of artwork is this? This is they helped build America, but they also helped inspired all immigrants of everywhere from around the world, from Japanese, Koreans, Indians to, and you name it. You name all of them, because this is one impressive artwork, I can say. Again, nobody was talking about it. It was a good way to promote it, history and stuff. Again, there's stuff that a long time ago. I've been in Chinatown before. There was this resident that no longer lives here, and there used to be a lot of the shrimp population just getting lower, and a lot of Chinese residents just they just left. And this is impressive. I this one is about. Hey. I like this. The whole scenario. And there's not I know what you're thinking, but there's people that they've been through lots, and there's celebrities that they breakthroughs, but at a time, again, the Exclusion Act prevented it all from happening. World War II also did the same. So, again, the way it was, nobody talked about these celebrities of that 20th century that had this breakthrough. So, this is rather impressive. And I like it. I mean, it's rather big.
It's unfortunate, but opened in 1935, Fong Fong Bakery found on Grant Avenue was something no one had ever seen before in San Francisco's Chinatown. Fong Fong introduced so much
They had this photoshops.
food and a little bit of Western culture, you know. Your kid going to Chinatown, you don't eat the vegetables more than a couple of blocks away from your home. You go to your place.
Yeah, it's
You're
impressive.
around.
I like this type of artwork.
You have no access to
And
burgers and hot dogs and things like that. The restaurant was the iconic
well, he passed away years ago,
a
so
talented baker. Before
there's no point.
he ran the Acme Bakery
But
store on Stockton Street.
man, he left behind impressive artwork. So say that
Milk and butter and stuff like that. And it did pretty well. But still, he had his eye on Grand Avenue. He always thought Grand Avenue would do better. And he did. While most Chinatown residents were eating rice at every meal, that wasn't the case in Hong Kong.
Or we'll stop by and if we'll get this hamburger for 25 cents. The fish was what, 20 cents?
It had a counter.
again,
It had funny guys that would be
again, this is what this person make. He makes good, impressive art, miniature versions of actual rooms. And
Fong Fong's also known for his pastries, but the most popular
yeah,
item
this is the
was
one
his homemade
that
ice cream.
I wish that my families,
His own successful Chinatown
wish we wanted to do this again. When I was younger, when I was little, we used to do this a whole lot. Again, my older relatives lost interest, and this is I like this. This is a laundry business that you see a lot. You see everywhere. So this is a huge concern. This here was a huge concern when it comes to living space. I mean, she passed. I mean,
Always gave us a gallon of the favorite ginger ice cream.
let's say that this is exactly. This is smaller scales who created childhood memories based on, yeah, exactly. So, yeah, this is what happened. They had this communist hunt in America right in the early 50s, so it's too dangerous to go out. Hell, I can't even imagine what happens back then. So this is right from the pack. You go walk through. Again.
We would turn it up, we would turn it down. And what we used to do as a prank too, we used to take the straws and dip it
This
in
is
the
100-year history.
roll it up into the sea, and they would stick there for months.
Yes, you see actual artwork.
Hong Kong closed in 1974, but now, 40 years later, the fond memories still remain.
Any place you close up is sad anyway. Fong Fong was so popular.
I miss that place. I wish it was still there.
Yeah, this is one I think I talked about this years ago. I mean, I talked about this a month ago. Yeah.
Very much a problem. People will still remember. And I think we love
Well, I love this artwork, by the way. I talked about this before, and so there's missionaries in China, and well, they're trying to spread missionaries in China in hopes that the Chinese people will be capable of, but that's another story. Oh wait, before. They talked about this before. I love this model, man. Again. They had this legacy for the. I mean, look at that legacy left behind. yeah, because of this. I mean, this is
佢嚟我屋企嘅時候係宣統2年5月6日。喺度，但係大家見到面。
I wonder who. I mean, it's impressive. I mean, they got this far. They built this replica of Angel Island's immigration system, and oh yeah, so yeah, this is all the requirements that I think merchants, diplomats, citizens, and yeah, students also. So laborers, they've been denied. Again, those times are different, man. I know. So they try to make sure that you can sit. Yeah. Yeah, it's nice they able to make a replica.
The river in the northwestern corner of the village. Yes, between the schoolhouse and the river.
The village is to the north.
Dongxing village, about 1 million.
Is there any village in your village?
San Juan, 2 or 3 million.
Any village to the south? Any village to the west? Any mountains here in your village?
Yes, about 10 million.
Any further you'd like to state?
No.
Have you understood the interpreter?
Times are different. They have this. You can put this if you like to. You can just put these phones on your ears. Yeah, they look like old phones, and yeah, it's just. Again, they pour all their souls into this, and officials, they usually paint over, but man, it is so deep. What's best is you can just touch it because it's replica. There's clothes that people used to do. People of that time period wears, and I call them paper people, because I can't really tell. Those glasses, they look like yes, and they're just. They play mahjong, they tea, and yeah. That's a slingshot. It wasn't just Chinese. All the
Good. Yeah.
But I see some real analogies in Trump's recent ban, Muslim ban.
Same like we never learned. I
History's always repeating itself.
repeating itself.
Yeah, it's a shame. That's humanity. And the application program that life
keep this in mind. I saw this. This is Angel Island Hospital that they wanted to make sure that the sick does not go and spread all the illnesses to everywhere.
Not like back in the 50s.
And there's lots. I'm talking. I didn't even notice the rows. There are countless of them. My goodness, yeah.
That's where it works. Because we don't have enough energy. Communication.
50 cents. Right now it was $6, but back then it was $50. 50 cents. Oh God. So they.
Well, I do that as commuting.
I love this.
What do you got in mind this for?
There's
Obviously, in the family and women, but 75 teenagers.
yeah. They had this. There's lots of things. I'm talking stuff that you're not going to try to convince China and anywhere else that don't want this type, but it's a lot of veterans, they served the war, and I salute the. Yeah, they kept this for sure. Oh, they. There's a lot of there's it's like a lunch bag, and there's water bottles and stuff. The military. Yeah. Oh my goodness, that's yeah. Yeah, she passed away years ago, but it was at a time. It was at a time. A lot of Chinese Americans of her era, they chew her out over stuff that. Oh, I think it was Amy Tan that was chewed out. Not nothing that was. Uh, I mean, this one they just talked about issues of immigrant kids and a lot of people like her actually. It's Amy Tan and the other one I don't remember. There's a lot of people that think they oh but it was different. Those are different now. And there's again you could just I'm just pressing it for example. So
So you know Chinatown in New York?
the people I think yeah yes the those times are different way back then. And yes, yes, people were talking about Fong Fong Bakery ice cream, but I don't know. So if someone is able to have a similar thing that the Fong Fong Bakery ice cream had, good luck, because I mean the rent is gonna be crazy. This is all the business tools that people had. I like this. Again, I like this artwork that person did. I mean, this. I mean, not a lot of people talked about it before. I mean, this is all the test books. This is all of the storybook, the pronunciation guides, the science foundations, and fourth grade test books. These are all, again, old. I'm talking long time ago. The things that I do like about is businesses, and they serve it to the community for years. And again, I wish that that people would continue the business, but it is what it is, and people cannot continue doing this, so they have to give in. I like this cloth, the artwork of this person. of the mannequin. People start enjoying this change so much happening, and this is the book. I mean, it's really thick, so. Okay, so this is a Chinese hand laundry. And it's rather big. Let's see if I open this. Ugh. It's like a comic book. Yeah. I'm sorry that I have to put this in on the forefront, but people mistaken Chinese of Japanese, and yeah. Yeah. I'm sorry this is gonna get flagged to hell and back, but for now I'm gonna put this. Gotta close it back. Yeah, this is very different. Again, I'm glad that well, most of my mom's family that moved into the 60s. So yeah. Close it down, cause. Yeah, this is a couple of years ago. I mean, I was thinking about going to the village. Okay, so this, this, I mean, it's nothing bad, but sometimes people think, oh, it's offensive, but I think it was interesting to show that what we are, what history it came from at a time, what era the people, yes, Cold War. We always know Cold War brought out all the competitive sides and sometimes darker sides. And yes, I don't want to. I think you know who that is, and this is I think it's Atlas. Yeah, times it's different. You know, people get. Trust me. If you're gonna make a look at this, it's just. Yeah, it's funny. This is the same. This is the same place that the old YWCA had started years ago. Almost 100 years ago. I think it was 80 years ago. Yeah. And this is, yeah, people. I like the artwork. I didn't realize that this is a dragon. Yes. Oh. These are all the people that donated it. And a lot. There was a kitchen. Well, there's nothing interesting, but let's go to the restroom and see what's inside. So they thought this skip over. This is the learning center, and this is for children, mind you. So I cannot go beyond what's in the curtains. So that's why you know what it is. Well, it's fun, but I gotta get going. I don't want to be late. So. End this with a dragon. So, take care. Bye.